So what we gonna do?
I care about what you think, but this is my body, so the decision is mine.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the boogeyman.
What can I get you?
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love the Shy, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about the Shy Season 5, Episode 5. This is the quick thoughts, early impressions. So down below, I want you guys to let me know exactly how did this episode make you feel. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, this was a solid episode, man. I really liked this episode. The scene with Emmett, Keisha, his pops, Treg, and Rashad, I swear, it seems like they just told them, just wing it. You know what I'm saying? Just have a conversation, because it really felt like they were just in there kicking it. It felt like they didn't even have no script at all, and they were just having conversation, man. It really reminded me of, how, things go when you kicking it with your peoples. But I really liked that scene. They was having a good old time. But like I said, overall, this was a solid episode. We saw a lot of different things in this episode. Bakari's character and his development is coming out a little bit more, and it caused a lot of tension with Treg and Jake. And did y'all peep Papa? Papa's like, look, I just want to be here because I want to see Jake's reaction. We already knew it was going to be, some negative energy once Jake came up in there and he saw Bakari. Y'all know the two, they don't like each other. They do not like each other at all. They have a history, and it's going to probably take some time before, they can become cool. And that's if they do become cool. So let's go over, some quick thoughts, early impressions on some of these storylines, and my quick thoughts, early impressions on Jake and Gemma. Man. Now, we talked about this in the final predictions video, and actually a lot of people were saying that they felt like Jake will want to keep the baby. Now, I told you guys, Maisha kind of hinted at it when she was like, Jake is the type to take care of his responsibilities. And if you guys have been noticing, Jake's character development is changing a little bit. He is seeming like he wants to take responsibility and have something that he is good at. And, being a father is probably something he feels like he can be good at. But if we basing Jake off what we've seen in the past, he's definitely changing. And, we're going to see down the line what's going to happen with his character. But, man, the whole baby thing, Jake was like, look, I want to take care of this kid. Like, we can do this. You know what I'm saying? When is the right time to be ready? It's never the right time. So we know Gemma did not want to do it at first, but having that conversation with Maisha, she felt kind of bad, seeing how Jake was reacting. And when she had that conversation with her pops, she said, look, it's my body. It is what it is. They're, thinking about just keeping the baby. And Marcus was pissed off. He was pissed off. He was like, look, Gemma, if you do this, ain't no going back. He was on his ghost off power when he told Tariq, if you do this, son, ain't no going back. So if Gemma and Jake, if they want to do this, at the end of the day, we know Gemma will be able to make that final call. But this is going to be a huge decision. And based off what we've been seeing in these trailers, and I talked about this when we talked about this whole fan theory, I think something's going to happen. I don't think this baby is coming. I will believe it when I see it. You know what I'm saying? When they actually show Gemma having the baby, that's when I'm going to believe it. But as of right now, I still think something is going to happen with Gemma and this whole baby thing. I did see some of you guys mention when we went over that fan theory that y'all believe Gemma's going to have a miscarriage. That's probably what's going to happen. But we're going to see down the line what they're going to do with that whole storyline. But y'all let me know exactly how y'all feel about that. Now, my quick thoughts, early impressions on Bakari. We talked about his development. We're going to see more of it this season. And also, he was the person with the gun. We already went over this like a month ago. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it wasn't no huge surprise that he was the one that tried to attempt to rob Emmett. But your boy Rashad was there. He calmed him down. Rashad has been stepping up to the plate when it comes to helping out Bakari, because he sees Bakari and he sees, his old self, right? So he wants to help the kid out. He did that in this episode. Even though he had some backlash from Treg, he still fought for that kid. And that's what Bakari needs. He needs someone, to mentor him and get his mind right. And hopefully he can continue, to go on the right path. And Emmett was shook. He was shook. And I mean, you can't blame him. I mean, he had a gun pointing right to his face, and he felt some type of way about that. But we know once he went home and he had that conversation with Keisha, she helped him get over it. And what do y'all think about your girl Keisha? You know what I'm saying? My quick thoughts, early impressions on Keisha and that meal. When you make meals like that, the meal Keisha made, she made a full course meal appetizers, chips and dip. I mean, she wasn't playing around. When you make a meal like that, you trying to put it on lockdown. She trying to put Emmett on lockdown. She said, look, I'm cuffing. This cuffing season, you know what I'm saying? I'm keeping him. This is who I want to be with. And, you know, like I said, when you do something like what she just did in this episode, making that meal, being there for him, and the way she was looking, y'all know what time it is. Keisha ain't playing around. She wants to be with Emmett for real. We ain't just talking about all just getting together, hooking up, and whatever, kicking it. Nah, she wants to be with him long term. And this is what we've been talking about for years when it comes to Emmett and Keisha. I always mention they have the best chemistry on the show, and it shows. You know what I'm saying? It definitely shows. That's why it's so easy for them to talk about different things and for everything to flow. But we know in this next episode, Keisha is talking about it's about that time to let Tiffany know the truth. And at least your boy Emmett finally clapped those cheeks once again. It's been a long time coming. He's been listening to D-Ray, Master Marshawn, and, you know, he's been trying to keep, you know, himself together. But this time around, wasn't no keeping it together. You know what I'm saying? Good thing it was Keisha, because he really likes Keisha. And Emmett's character development has changed a lot as well. We know Emmett has matured a lot. Go back to the first season. Y'all know what Emmett was on in the first season. Compare him, you know, to the old Emmett to now. This dude has changed so much. He is trying to do better. And he ain't just talking about it. You're seeing it in his actions. But I cannot wait to see how Tiffany is going to feel about that. Now, my quick thoughts, early impressions on Q, Duda, Tracy, Rose. This whole storyline was crazy, man. Your boy Q said, look, we going to go confront these people about these packages, and we going to get our cut. We going to do it just like the old days. And that's exactly what Q told Duda. Like, look, this reminds me of the old days. And I told you guys in the past, Duda, he's getting tired of taking these orders from Q. Something is bound to happen by the end of the season between them. And I got a feeling it's not going to end well. But Tracy was pissed off. She's pissed off, and she's taking it out all on Duda, of course. And Duda, he is tired of hearing it. So you already know Duda is probably going to do something to Q when it's all said and done. But that whole storyline is blowing up by the end of the season, in my opinion. Now, my quick thoughts, early impressions on Treg, Fatima. This dude, he's playing with a lot of different things, man. He better be careful. I told y'all he has to watch Fatima and what he tells Fatima. Now, we know Treg has a type. And this is what Rashad was telling him. Like, look, if you like Fatima, if you like trans women, just be real. These people are going to vote for you no matter who you like, right? This is what Rashad told him. And in this episode, Fatima is pretty much saying the same thing. Like, look, you got to tell the truth. I know you're trying to, you know, run for city council and stuff like that. But eventually, somebody's going to dig it up. Somebody going to catch you slipping, and it's going to get out. And y'all know it's going to get out. It's just a matter of time before it does. We know, you know, Fatima and Treg end up making out. And Treg was happy. He was happy as hell. But he's moving fast, y'all. He's moving too fast, in my opinion. I still don't trust Fatima. She's a new character. She's a reporter. And y'all know how these reporters be. Even though, you know, her and Treg and what they did was off the record, still, she can't be trusted. Plain and simple. And once this does get out, what's going to happen with the whole thing with Tiara? Because we know Treg is supposed to be, you know, presenting this great relationship with her, and it's supposed to be all good. But if it comes out about what he's doing and he's been lying, this is going to make him look even worse when it's all said and done. So I don't see this whole storyline ending well for Treg. And, you know, he's going to have to figure out what he's going to do in the future. But it was a solid episode, as I told you guys. The last thing that I think I could talk about was Kevin and Simone. He had a great episode, kicking it with Simone. He went to the cosplay party. I believe they won like an award or whatever. And, you know, he had a solid episode. He was there for his boy Jake. I told you guys that was going to happen based off what we saw in these trailers. We knew Kevin was going to be there, and he kept it real. Like, look, are you sure y'all ready to have a kid? And, you know, you got to think about your future. And he kept it real. And I do think Kevin felt some type of way about it because it was Gemma and Jake, and he really did love Gemma. But Kevin, to be honest, he dodged a bullet. That's not him. He's not in that position, and that's something that he doesn't have to worry about. Jake and Gemma, they will have to figure out what they want to do. And based on what we've been seeing, we know they want to keep the baby, but we know it's going to be some consequences for those actions. And it's a high chance that something may happen based off these trailers. But I will be dropping the full recap for you guys later on in the day, so stay tuned for that. Y'all let me know exactly how y'all felt about this episode. Leave your theories, predictions. Leave it all down below. I will continue to give you guys more of the Shy Season 5 content very, very soon. But thank you once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.